Hey folks there, Jiminy Critic here. Good to see you today. We're going to talk about a new movie release called The Lovely Bones. That's right, the title is The Lovely Bones, taken from, I believe, a 2002, boy, I hope I got the year right, novel by Alice Sebold. It's been made into a movie. This is a crime, drama, almost even there's some fantasy elements to this movie. It's brought to us by Paramount DreamWorks combination here. Peter Jackson is the director. Not everybody loves Peter Jackson, but I do. He did the Lord of the Rings trilogy, of course, back in 01, 2, and 3. I think 05 or 6 he directed the King Kong there, and he even had an early movie that he's not been noted a lot for back in the late 80s. So he is at the helm of this movie. And he has an interesting take on the story. I have to confess right up front, book readers that have read The Lovely Bones, I have not read the novel. I saw this movie as a movie on its own, so I don't know exactly if it's totally off base, right on the book, whatever. You'll have to see that and figure that out. It's rated PG-13, and I say that for a good reason. This movie, and when I tell you what it's about, could have been taken into R-rated, gory, bloody territory, and it was not. And I appreciate that fact by the director, that he made this accessible to more people for what it was. It's 135 minutes, so you want to watch your drink intake while you watch the movie, but it's good. The basic premise is this. It stars, Saoirse Ronan is Susie Salmon. Now you say, who's Saoirse Ronan? Well, she's kind of an up-and-coming actress, very good. You'll notice her startlingly pretty blue eyes in this movie. They shine a lot, and that'll be something you notice a lot. Mark Wahlberg's in this movie, Rachel Weisz. Stanley Tucci, want to make a notice of him in this movie. He plays George Harvey, a really neat part for him in this movie, did a good job. And even Susan Sarandon makes a kind of a cameo appearance as the family's grandma, and she's just a hoot in this movie. She's kind of the comic relief, so you'll have to watch for her. The basic premise of the book and this movie is this. Susie Salmon, the girl I talked to you about, the up-and-coming actress, is a 14-year-old girl, just carefree like every 14-year-old girl is, living life, coming of age, kind of likes a little cute boy at the high school and wants to get to know him a little better. He's kind of noticing her too, but they haven't really talked much or been on a date or any of that kind of stuff, but they kind of, she likes him from afar and is just starting to come into her own and those kind of things in her life, and everything just suddenly ends. On the way home from school one day, she was late from a practice or some kind of a class she had after school, and somebody in the movie, I won't reveal all this right now, you'll have to see this, stops her, talks to her, convinces her to come look at this new neat thing he's made for the kids in the neighborhood. And of course at first she's kind of hesitant, and then she goes, and this is not giving anything away, the girl is murdered. Done. Her life ends at 14, and that's the basic premise of this movie, Lovely Bones. What happens after that is this girl, Susie Salmon, kind of goes into the in-between world between Earth and heaven, the way they portray it. And her family, of course, think of it, it's a tragic story. What would the family be going through? There's a father and mother, a brother and a sister, there's grandma, there's other family members, there's neighbors. What would you be going through if someone you knew at 14 years of age, life just suddenly ended? They're just starting their lives, all that stuff. So there's some sadness to it, there's some heaviness to it, but yet they want to solve this crime and figure out who did her in, who got her. And part of her story being in the in-between world is she wants to help her parents and neighbors and police figure out the crime, because there's no clues. There's not a lot of clues they have to go on, and they can't find the killer. So part of this movie is, will this be solved? Will the guy be found out? Will Susie Salmon finally get eternal peace and eternal rest because of her murder? I recommend. It's a hard movie to peg, I will say that. I don't know, is it a date movie? Is it a chick flick? I don't know exactly how to peg this. It's just a well-done movie that has a good story. It's a different movie. Once you see it, you'll agree with me that it's done differently than most other crime dramas. And it does, I will say this, have a satisfying conclusion. You need to check out The Lovely Bones. Catch you next time.